Welcome back to Divine Feminine. We're here to do your update. Yes, we do have these videos out 1 week ahead of YouTube. If you do want to get these ahead of the crowd, you can join our YouTube membership. Very separately for the joint connection, we do cover it every Friday. And yes, we do have super chat. So if you want to come along and get a quick mini read, come through. Otherwise, feel free to book a reading directly below. Now, let's get straight into your read for this week. And I do see a lot coming through with Divine Feminine this week. I feel some of you are feeling from an empowerment point of view. It's almost like you feel something's out of your hands, and some of you could feel a little bit less motivated. I do feel you're particularly thinking about what you can and can't do. Now, how can that look? One, it could be simply you're just not motivated. You're feeling that it's a one-sided transaction right now. You're not quite sure what to do. Others of you are feeling maybe really in a meditated state. How can I look at this? What am I doing? Where am I at in this place? And I'm not necessarily feeling depressed. There is a possibility, but I feel it's more to do with the fact that you're trying to get logic here. I feel when you do look to the past, you are looking at the circumstance where not necessarily always did you do the best, but you did the very best you could, if you get what I mean. I also feel that, you can't quite understand the choices that DM has made in the past. Maybe having abusive partnerships, maybe, people that walked all over them, whatever that is. But, some of you could be feeling, when is my turn? I do feel there could be somebody from the past coming back. I'm really not surprised this energy is coming through. I do feel we're going to have a month full of blasts from the past. And I feel for you, it can feel a little bit like a spiritual test. We can start having notions that maybe a soulmate energy or, being open to connections as possible. And I feel especially around the silly season, we do really look at our life, and it's a little bit like going into making New Year's resolutions prior to New Year's. And I think that's actually quite healthy, really. It's sitting with it and saying, okay, where do I want to go in life? What do I want? I do feel you've got a wish here, though. So you're really sitting with it and you're like, okay, let me really look at this. What am I wanting out of my life? What would it look like? And, giving it to Gaia so that it can come through to you. Some of you, it could be that at a drop of a hat, a wish comes true. I do feel this is in relation to love, though. I feel it's very strongly coming through that you're feeling it's almost like, okay, where is the perfect storm for this to happen? How directly can this come about so that love can mature? I feel you want, it's almost like a non-needy love. I feel it's more, you've got to a point, you want to have a connection with somebody you have chemistry with. Some of you particularly are feeling, that you deserve more, which is always healthy. I mean, 100% do we deserve, to have a wonderful life with people in it that really love and nurture and respect us. And I feel ultimately you're looking at this saying, okay, where do I stand? Where can I bring love into my life? And I do feel you have the world to offer. But for some of you, it could be a very positive attitude that you're coming through with, that you're not going to personalize whatever is going on with your counterpart, and you know what you're worth and you're moving forward. Yeah, you're not putting up with any rubbish. And I don't get this as a negative week, actually. I get this as a week in which you know what you want and you're trying to, have the blessings in front of you that you're grateful for. But at the same time, you're not going to settle for just, what did my mum say years ago? Any Tom, Dick or Harry. It's like you really just, you want to have someone in your life that is going to enhance your life, really complement it, so to speak, not just somebody for the sake of it. Some of you are saying to yourself, because it's getting close to the silly season, maybe this isn't the right time. Some of you could be going into it and thinking, I'm just going to do me at this point in time. I haven't seen any transition. I do feel some family members maybe are trying to discuss things with you to help sway your judgment. I feel you're just trying to take a mental holiday based on it. I don't necessarily feel you're going to, for some of you, yes, it can be. You're just saying, look, I'm really going into the new year with a different attitude. If I hear from them, I hear from them. If I don't, I don't. But ultimately, I feel there's some sense of movement here. I do feel home is going to be very busy for you. Yeah, and I feel you want to get back to that playfulness. You don't want everything to be super serious. You don't want to go into any connections that are full of drama. You definitely are trying to steer clear of drama with family, even though that may be impossible. I feel for some of you, you're trying to tie up errands and just have some peace and quiet. I feel you're wanting to get away. You're wanting to have a quiet moment so you can feel your feels. I do feel this is coming in quite quickly, though. As we move further in, I get this feeling that you're not feeling so fab. Some of you are going to go get a makeover. Some of you are getting spruced up, ready for the silly season. Some of you are going to absolutely put your foot down with the circumstance. And I don't feel this is relating to divine masculine. I'll be perfectly honest. I think this is an altercation with somebody else. This could be a misunderstanding. It could be cross wires. And I think just as you're psychologically letting it go, I feel you get a phone call. I think this is what bridges the gap. I think both parties here are closing a karmic cycle. I feel both of you, both masculine and feminine at the moment this week, really feeling fed up with people using them. I'm hearing the term the art of appreciation. Chance meetings possible. Chance meetings. Yeah, I do feel there's a possibility of a surprise. I also feel there's also, for some of you, you're going to get multiple offers. So it could be that this is what's ushering divine masculine in because they're picking up on it psychically. But I do feel potentially there is an offer here. There's a love offer. You may go out for a coffee. You may go out for a date because you have not heard from your counterpart. But I do feel for some of you, this is actually your counterpart coming through. They're making reference to an anniversary. They're also making reference to a loved one that had already passed over, that they're actually trying to protect this connection. For those of you with the twin within a marriage, I feel next week your energy is going to be very different, and I feel you're going to be quite determined and quite matter of fact. I get this vibe that you're actually about to have a conversation with this person, and that's only for those of you who have a masculine potentially in a karmic marriage or, very, very solid relationship, and, you're privy to that information. I kind of feel you're going to be saying, look, I'm needing more. I acknowledge the fact that X, Y, and Z is going on, but I see divine feminine coming through, really not enjoying that, really not enjoying being put on the back burner. And I feel you can have I don't feel you're being nasty. I just feel you're having a candid conversation. You say, some of you are saying to yourself, look, it'll pass, I'll get over it. It'll be fine. Because some of you can be aware of the fact that a circumstance is closing out, but at the same time, your patience level may be a little bit less. I feel you're going to step back and you're going to consider this. I also feel during this time, be it you've had communication or they're in a partnership, all of you are reassessing this week. I do feel good news coming in though, but it's at a drop of a hat. Some of you could actually gain communication this week and movement. It might have to be squeezed in due to schedule, but I still feel there is a possibility. Some of you, it could be that this happens directly after, but there is a pocket group of you that are going to hear. Big plans coming. I see that there could be a plan here. I'm definitely getting a synchronistic message. Look, if you do get a chance offer, it generally is a sign that twin flames coming back. Now, that's not to say, look, don't go out for a cuppa, don't go out for dinner, don't enjoy a person's company. Not at all. Live, be in the moment, choose what you feel is correct for you in your heart. But generally speaking, we do tend to find that as we spiritually are opening, they come back. I'll see you next week. If you do want a private booking, come through. The link is directly below. We are live every Friday, as I mentioned. Come through and grab a super chat if you have a question. Otherwise, if you do want these videos a week ahead of time, you can get them via the YouTube membership. Take care, beautifuls, and I'll see you on Friday.